I'm going to draw a simple mobile phone base, and I'm going to look at why sometimes it's better to draw all the lines before you do any of the push-pull or moves. I'm also going to look at how you can use making things into components, an easy way of making new shapes by using them to cut out from other shapes that you've got. We'll start off, simple little base, an 80 by 80 base. It's quite small, so I'll click on the magnifying glass, put it over where I want to zoom in, roll it forward. Now I want to put another shape on top of here, so I'm going to have sloping sides, so I'm going to use the offset tool, and I'm going to drag in by 10 millimeters. And now at this point, what I would normally do is I would drag this up. So I'm going to use the move tool and Alt and move it up. I'm going to move it up by 25, make it quite tall, but I want to make a change here. I'm going to rotate it around a touch. I'd like the slope at the back to be steeper, so I'm going to select the line at the back, click on the move tool, find the midpoint, and now I can slide this forward. I'm going to slide that forward by 20 mil, and that gives me just a slightly different sort of kind of shape. I could, if I rotated this round more, I could do exactly the same thing with these corners if I wanted to make a more interesting shape. If I click on the move tool and go right over that corner, edit, undo, I need to click off that. I just want that corner. I can drag that inwards, and I can do that by 10, and I can drag this one in by 10. Oops, I haven't undone it. I need to click off it and click onto this line and grab the move tool and take this one in by 10. And that gives me a more interesting shape. So if I go to camera and isometric, excuse me, it gives me just a little bit of a more interesting shape. So I've used a move tool to make something that's got a bit more of a slope to it, and that's fine. But of course, what I want now is I want a slope on the side. I want a slot that goes right the way through it that I can put my mobile phone and my tablet into. So if I go to an isometric view, I now want to draw on the side here a shape to let me cut through. So if I now say, well, I want to draw around about here, and start drawing my shape up and along, it doesn't really want to do it. It thinks what I'm trying to do, and the computer is always guessing what I'm trying to do. It's thinking I'm trying to draw on that shape, so it's always trying to go sideways on the shape. It doesn't want to draw a shape that's right up. And what I want to do is I want to draw a shape that goes up there and then along, and now it's trying to put it down the side of the shape. And it's quite hard to get the program to do exactly what it is that you want it to do, because it's now assuming that you want to draw onto one of the surfaces. And if I do that, if I actually draw onto the surface, if I draw another rectangle next to it, let's say that I want, it's already sort of struggling with this. I don't even think I can demonstrate this, because I actually think, oh, there we go. If I delete those lines, you say, well, you've drawn on the surface. If I now pull this through to make a slot, well, it goes through at an angle because the side's angled. So this is quite tricky. So if I undo the push-pull, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Alt and Backspace. I'm going to go back through this. I'm going to go back to a situation where I just have a nice flat shape. Now at this point, because I've got just a nice flat shape, it becomes easier to draw the slot in. So next I'm going to show you how you put the slot that you're going to draw into the right place.